and squeeze. Take off your blouse and your underpants.
Yeah, it's clobbering time.
Welcome to the Hardly Heroes Podcast.
Hey yo, from the halls of justice to the temple of doom, the space wizards return in earnest sonic the boom, pulling swords from stones, throwing rings into volcanoes, water full of witches, I'm inevitably Thanos. Voltron made a lions, Wakanda with a panther, Walker Mars, Darker Manhattan, Spocket for an answer. Live long and prosper, the force will be with you always. No work in all plays, shining like blood-filled hallways. Come and play with us, we all float down here. Say our name 3 times and we hopefully appear. Team full of psychics, super soldiers and weirdos. Some people call us sidekicks because we hardly heroes.
Welcome to Hardly Heroes, a podcast dedicated to movies, TV, and everything geek-related. I'm your host, Buddy.
What's up, you guys? It's your boy, Second Mike, Dillard Skillard.
And it's Cheese Whiz and the Heroes TT.
Welcome to episode 249. It is actually February 11th, 2011.
2011?
Wow, it's only 2011.
We went back 10
We're going
years.
back. Well, I mean,
Nice.
if Wanda can
We're
do
going
it,
back in time.
Right?
if Wanda can do it, why can't I do it?
2011. That's a good year.
That was a good year.
Good
What was
year.
I doing back then?
It's pre-pandemic.
You know what? I got married in 2011. August.
That was pre-pandemic.
That was hella pre-pandem, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't even know what a panty was.
No.
I mean, you getting married was a pandemic.
Yeah. In its own right.
In his
Yeah.
own right, exactly.
Little backyard wedding action.
And then just divorced 3 short years later.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord.
Yeah.
We can time travel now on this show.
Yeah.
We have
Wanda
powers.
can do it. We can do it.
We go back in time.
Gotta get back.
Is that
That's my,
Huey Lewis
yeah,
in the
it's
news?
Huey Lewis.
I love Huey Lewis in the news.
Mm-hmm.
What's the one?
But who
Well,
are the
hey.
news? Like, who's the news?
They're the
I don't know
backup
who they are.
singers.
Before we derail, if
Okay.
you're new to the show, go to hardlyheroes.com. You can find all about why Cheese is so freaking weird and why her nickname is Cheese and not TT. And you can find out why Dilly's so awesome and why I'm the greatest of all time.
Wow.
Yeah. What he said.
Wow.
And you can find out about the sidekicks, all of our socials and all the fun stuff about the shoe.
All right. Well, let's see what's on the docket today.
Let's check into it.
So
Huey Lou is
No.
on the docket.
No, I wish he was on my docket.
Yeah.
No, we got all streamed up. We're going to be talking Wanda Vision and some other new stuff that's coming to Disney Plus. We're going to do an underrated Valentine's Day edition.
Yes, we are.
We're going to talk some current events. Of course, some stuff has gone down, and we know about it. We got Dilly's Gaming Corner, and we got Sidekick Mayo.
Yo.
But before we get into it, just a word from our sponsor, Sector 7 Salon. Y'alls, I say it every week. We're open. We're flying. We're jamming. We're the safest place to get your hair done in Sacramento. We also are doing an open house every other Friday. So not this Friday, but the following Friday. We do an
Yes.
open house. It is limited.
Got to get it on that VIP.
Yeah, it's limited. We don't can't have too many people in here because of COVID and the quarantine. But that pandemic. But we can have a few people. We got the UV lights. We got the humidification. So we're safe here, but we still need to keep it under a certain amount. So if you do want to come, hit us up every other Friday, open house. There's a few sidekicks that I'm like, where are you at? Like Bird. Where's Bird?
Bird.
Bird.
She wrote
Bird
an
is
email in not that long ago.
Yeah, she did.
But
Mad
she
Cardigan?
should resurface.
Mad Cardi B.
So anyway, yeah, so check us out on all our socials, Sector 7 Salon on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and our website is www.sector7salon.com. You can make an appointment right through the website. If you go to book online, you can book an appointment, get your hair done, get a blowout, or you can just book a tour of the salon. So come check us out. We love you. We're nerdy.
Flyer style.
Fly your style.
So, real quick before we get into the show, big announcement. Guess whose Instagram we found and is following now?
Oh my God, that's true. We found it.
We found it. We did a little bit of deep diving, but we did find Junior Jam.
Junior Jam.
Junior Jam. Okay. Thank you. Round of applause, please.
Yeah. Junior Jam has been found and is really embracing the name. Mm-hmm. So we just want to give a big... Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like she should change her Instagram name to Junior Jam.
Oh, definitely.
Junior Jammy.
Yeah.
Jammy Junior.
So we want to give a big shout out to Junior Jam.
We love you.
Thank you for listening. And, we look forward to seeing you here. Maybe we can even get a sound clip from Junior Jam.
That'd be nice.
Junior Jam. If you could send in a sound clip that says, hey, I'm Junior Jam, and you're now listening to the Hardly Heroes podcast.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Okay, so let's get into it. Let's, what we're all excited about. WandaVision.
Viz.
Yeah. Episode 5.
Episode 5. It's getting real good.
Yeah, we're getting close to... There's only 8, right? So we're...
What?
I think 8.
Yeah.
Is that right? So
I
we're getting
don't
pretty
like
close.
these short...
Only a few more.
These shorts. I want like 23 episodes. You know what I'm saying? Hour long. I want to really dig deep.
You want to dig
unpack. I want to unpack.
I mean,
And these
if
things
we
are only
could-
they're only like twomp.
I know, dude. They're so short. There's literally 8 minutes of credits.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Seriously.
literally like a 20-minute show, I swear.
Yep.
I loved this episode, though, where they, in the credits, it was like totally Full House.
Oh, yeah.
That was amazing. That was just a total...
Well, it's like Family Matters meets Full House meets...
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't
just-
know.
They're all like episode to
Yeah.
episode. They're all kind of different.
But I just love that it's Elizabeth Olsen, and they're calling back to...
Oh,
I mean, that's
Full
just so
House.
cute. That's like too cute. I was just super stoked on that. So this episode was great. Of course, the big surprise ending. So did anybody see that coming, or did we know that there was somebody coming?
So the internet has been a buzz. Can I, before we get anywhere,
Okay.
I called it.
You said
I called it last week, and I'm calling it again. Marvel has jumped leaps and bounds farther than we could have ever imagined it being this good. The internet almost blew up over this episode.
Yeah.
And I'm having people come up to me that aren't even big, like they're casual Marvel people, and they're just like, I don't understand what's going on, but I love this show.
Yeah.
And for the sheer fact that Marvel, they were able to captivate this in a TV show, and it literally feels like you're watching a movie. They're blowing the doors off of this, and I just really feel it's something that we would have never guessed we would seen, and it really gives you a bright future. And you could say, if you were trying to be more negative, that the reason why we're so craved is we don't have that much to watch right now because we're not getting big budget movies. We're not getting all this stuff. But if you really look at it in this day and age, there's something to watch. There's
Well,
always
I was going to
something
say,
to
I
watch.
don't think there's a lack of things to watch. I think there's a lack of blockbuster movies for sure, but I don't think there's a lack of good TV. So I think that what they're doing is very good. I'm like super enjoying it. I don't think it's just because we're starved. I think it's a great show. Marvel has and Disney have shown time and time again that they know how to do this. They know how to do the crossovers. They know how to, meld everything together and do callbacks and, just like the smaller characters that they have in this show, kind of like that trio, like Agent Woo, the girl from Thor, and then the girl from Captain Marvel. That little trio or whatever, where it's just like, they're super low level kind of characters, whatever, but now they're like, up front. Like, I feel like Marvel just does that. They know how to do that,
They're very good at weaving the story, and that's exactly what we've come to grow. I mean, you think about 13 movies or 13 years, umpteen movies, shows, everything's intertwined, and that they can still kind of get us like this is phenomenal, But overall...
When I also think, especially with this show, how they're now dipping into the X-Men world, which is something that we...
Okay, we're unpacking that.
Yeah, I didn't
Well,
know
He
I
didn't
you
even
were
say
gonna-
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't even say
No,
that.
but we all
Thank
know
you,
that.
Dilly.
We all know that happened, but I'm just saying, like, because...
Spoiler alert.
Oh my gosh.
Because they're like that's such a loved franchise that's been around for a really long time. Just dipping into that just brings in so much excitement where you're like, oh my God, It's not just the Marvel. It's not just the MCU.
Let me just interject real
Thank
quick.
you,
I had
please.
no idea who the hell that was. I was like, who? They showed it from the back at first, and I was like, is this Cap, like old Cap coming back or something, like with the stones? I don't know why would he even do that? But once they showed him, and this is somebody from the X-Men universe,
Yes.
apparently, right?
Yeah.
So pretty much what the internet was talking about before this had happened was everybody was going to say Magneto because
Because
Magneto-
they knew somebody was showing up from her past.
No, Magneto is her father
Okay.
in the comics.
Okay.
And
Correct.
Quicksilver because they are connected. So everybody was kind of like, oh, that's...
Well, they also say that in X-Men.
Yeah, no, but that's what I mean is that's where everybody's like, you're going to see Magneto.
Oh, I see.
And everybody was kind of going for it. Now, bringing back Quicksilver, yeah, awesome. But to do it in this fashion that they yanked from the X-Men movies, which this is my own personal opinion, those movies suck. The first one I like, the second one cool, the third one I don't like. I don't like any of the Future Past.
What?
I hated
Oh,
Apocalypse.
No, you're
Dark
an idiot.
Phoenix.
You don't like Days of Future Past?
No, I don't like any of those.
You don't like First Class?
No, I don't
Oh,
like any
you're
of
an
those.
idiot.
And then
That's so stupid.
you wonder why I pick on you and talk
Those
so
are
much
such
crap.
good movies.
No,
You're
they're not.
The only bad thing about it is Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique. She's terrible.
Yeah.
What?
No, I
That's
don't like
one
any
little
of those.
facet.
No, I don't like any of those movies. The first two X-Men I'm fine with. The third one was terrible. All of them I don't really like. And the Dark Phoenix movie was
Garbage.
atrocious.
That was horrible.
Trash.
Atrocious.
We saw that one right in the theater.
Yeah.
That was really bad.
But Quicksilver was very beloved in the X-Men movies in the cinematic. So seeing that they plucked him out of it,
Right.
and then they even call back in the show that she recasted her own brother.
Right. So they're basically saying, like, that's not Pietro.
Yeah, so what they are initially saying, and I could be wrong, is this opens up the multiverse to even more of saying that you could have Old Man Logan
Right.
in the Marvel Universe. Deadpool could come in.
Right.
You could even
Anybody.
have... this
What?
would be amazing, but if Hulk and Wolverine fought, which would be...
Right.
I'd lose my mind. But it really opens up for them to take whatever they want, and obviously it opens up the door for the new Doctor Strange.
So they're basically saying, like, in one reality, Pietro is that guy. In the other reality, Pietro is the other guy.
exactly
so-
because
And she can exist in the different multiverses.
pretty much saying that she
So
can.
she basically is
'cause
like,
that's-
oh, in this reality, he's not dead or
and
something.
she's able to do that. That's one of her powers. So
Right.
where I think is kind of crazy is the possibilities are endless. And I know they're talking about that with Spider-Man with the multiverse, but they're really. We hadn't seen it yet, and for them to do it not in a movie, but to do it in a TV show is fun, like mind-blowing, dude. Like, they did something that nobody would have ever guessed, and to do it on a Disney Plus streaming service and not on the big screen, kudos.
It's pretty bold.
That's what I'm saying.
Pretty
It could have
ballsy.
went
So when
really
they
bad.
say she recast her brother, they don't realize that he, like, if it was the multiverse, they don't realize he's from another reality where she went and plucked him out of a different reality where he wasn't dead. They just think that in that show or in her mind,
He's recasted.
He's
That's what I'm guessing because you really don't know. We
Right.
don't really know.
Right.
And you can kind of tell he's wearing the OG colors, which is super cool. You know, and he's really funny. And tell you the truth, I was pumped because I actually really liked him.
he honestly, the Quicksilver in the MCU was fine, but he was kind of, to me, especially because I liked the newer X-Men's and the Days of Future Past and stuff. I loved Quicksilver in those movies, and the new Quicksilver in the MCU, I was just like,
yeah,
he never really did
he
it
wasn't
for
as
me.
captivating.
Totally, you're so right.
It wasn't as funny, you know.
He just was kind of blah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that's why I thought it was very bold for Disney to do something like that. And it kind of made sense because they've been really pushing the X-Men movies on
Yeah.
Disney Plus, if you've seen it.
Right.
But dude, I couldn't believe it. Like, and I get it. The internet was blowing up, but just for the sheer fact of even me, I was like, no way, no way, no way. Because I thought the same thing. I'm like, they're going to show Magneto. They're going to show, because if you really think about it, he's not a heavy hitter. He's not a Wolverine. He's not, you know what I mean, a Magneto. He's not a, you know, like.
Right.
It's a nice introduction, though, to set that up, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. He's just not a top tier X-Men character. And to bring, of all people, you're like, okay. Because they could have easily done Magneto and been like, all right, here you go. Or Professor X or somebody that a lot of people knew.
Yeah.
But they didn't go with that. It was bold. And I loved it. I was all about it. Not going to lie, I probably will wake up at the butt crack of dawn tomorrow and watch it.
Watch it again.
Watch the
watch
new
the new one,
episode
yeah. The new-
because
yeah.
I'm just so like intrigued to
what
see
are you
where the
feeling
show
about
goes.
like the outside world, like all the characters out there? Like the director kind of seems like a dick, and then Rambo.
I think he might be the villain.
Do you like Rambo?
Yeah.
I love her.
I just think it's fun because what they're doing is they're giving more depth to characters you don't really get a lot of depth to.
Right.
And
So what do you mean like he's the villain? Like you think Wanda is controlling that place, right? Or you think
do we know why she's there? Or
No, and we don't really actually know if she's 100% completely in control. Someone could be manipulating her.
Because they alluded to that, right? They say that she didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah, like she was
either.
like, but she could have just been lying. She's been lying to Viz this whole time.
that's the hard part is you don't really know. And he
Yeah.
just keeps harping on her like really bad.
He's definitely obviously he's figuring it out, and people are acting weird.
Mhm, no kids at the playground.
Oh.
She is losing like her grip a little bit.
One thing I did want to see that I saw on the internet that I wanted to put out here to tell you guys, and this blew my mind, is that each one of the commercials is like kind of goes back to something she screwed up in her real life. But what it is they think that every commercial is an infinity stone.
Represents an infinity stone.
Yeah, so the time stone, the mind stone in the toaster, and then the spilled
Spilled
juice
red liquid.
is the ether. So it's kind of like
And then the soap was shaped like the Tesseract.
yeah. So I'm like, if that is it, that's them weaving it in. Because when somebody said that online, it made my mind blown.
Well, the thing is too is those commercials have to mean something.
Yes.
They're not just throwing them in for no reason. I mean,
No.
right.
that's just not.
Right.
They have to mean something. They have to represent, and I think that's a pretty cool one. But also, weren't you saying that maybe you thought that was like her parents or something?
oh
in the
yeah,
commercial.
so those
Because it's
might
always
be her
the
parents.
same mom, and isn't
Yeah.
the postman the guy in one of the commercials?
No,
I
is
thought
he?
I
Oh,
remembered.
maybe. But if that's her parents in the commercials, that'd be crazy.
But I mean, in X-Men, her parents are Magneto and Magna, or I can't remember her name, but in the MCU, they don't ever mention that.
No, this is the first time they ever mention their names is in this show. So
Well,
that's
you
kind
know
of
what
why.
I did have a question. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. But when they were talking about Wanda, like Agent Wu and the others, Rambo and the other girl, they were saying like, oh, she doesn't have any other known aliases. They never said Scarlet Witch. They acted like her name wasn't Scarlet Witch. Did you guys catch that or remember
I didn't
that?
pick
no,
up
I
on
didn't
that.
catch that.
When
He
they're
was-
all
It's-
kind of talking in that, like,
And they were talking to the director, and they were talking about Wanda, and he said, like, oh, wasn't she against the Avengers? And then he was like, yeah, well, she was with the Avengers. And then he was like, does she have any, like, known aliases? And he's like, no, her name's Wanda. But they never said the word Scarlet Witch.
I wonder. See, it's so funny. Is this show has so many like little things, and I get it. There's people that break it down like
I know when I watch those things, when people break it down, I'm like, how do you see all that?
they just
a deep
sit
dive.
there, yeah, for hours rewatching it, and so I don't know. This show definitely once it's over, I'm gonna rewatch it from beginning to end, just because I like that better. But obviously with doing this show and everything else, I can't. The internet spoils everything.
Right.
So if you don't hop on it right away.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I woke up Friday morning and it was 7:30. I got on Facebook. Everybody was already talking about WandaVision.
Oh, really?
It was just like, Jesus.
Did Pietro get ruined for you?
No, he didn't get ruined. Luckily, he didn't get ruined.
Ruined.
Everybody was just like, oh my gosh. And I was like, nope, not reading comments. I don't want to know anything. So I'm
It's a good show.
Very, very, very happy with how this show has turned out. And I would have never guessed
It's
it
just
would have been
not
this
a
good.
regular show. And I really like that. Because, when and we'll get into it, the Falcon and Winter Soldier, it just looks like a pretty regular ass show, But WandaVision is like going into it, you're just like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah,
like,
it's weird.
I don't know what's going on.
But it gives me a lot of excitement for the new Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah.
Because I'm really hoping that's going to, especially with this, it's gotten kind of dark and eerie. I'm hoping Doctor Strange gets even worse.
Yeah.
Because what we've kind of wanted is we want different genres within the superhero realm. And we're getting it finally. We're getting off the wall kind of weirder stuff that we would have never ever would have guessed. And that's, a callback like you were saying with the X-Men movies. If X-Men wouldn't have done as well in the early 2000s, we wouldn't have this.
Right.
That Fox saw it so long ago, is a testament to seeing of how far we've come.
Yeah. All right. Well, do you guys want to talk about the
Did
Falcon?
you guys see the Falcon and
Winter
Yeah, I
Soldier?
watched the trailer.
Yeah.
dude?
Well, the cap shield, of course, just always gets me super pumped up seeing them throw it around. I love the Bucky. I mean, Bucky is just, for one, he's super cute and he's funny and he's badass. And I also love Falcon too. So
There's a
Their
lot of
chemistry is
lot of
good.
shield hurling in the trailer.
and I just
a lot
want-
of wind up and hurl.
that's my favorite move.
Right.
The wind up and hurl.
Right.
Like with Logan's cap shield, I would dream of winding up and hurling that thing.
It's like
You
the
wish
discus
you
throw.
could hurl.
I wish I could, but I'd probably just end up hurting myself or
Yeah.
Logan's
For
car.
me, I'm like, coming off of WandaVision, which is more of a slow pace, kind of you have to pay attention, a lot
Yeah.
of dialogue and stuff. There's absolutely no action at all
right.
in WandaVision. So I am excited for Winter Soldier or Falcon and Winter Soldier because we are finally going to see like some action. You know what I mean? Like the trailer looked pretty much chocked full of some goodness.
Well, yeah, and especially if you think about with everything going on, we haven't got any big blockbusters. We've been waiting for, Black Widow's movie to come out, and even with big blockbuster movies, we haven't gotten anything really.
Nope, nothing.
So it's kind of like we're kind of craving it at this point. So I am really excited for that. But seeing all like their banter back and forth, I'm super excited about. There's a lot of Easter eggs and a lot of, the villain from Age of Ultron's in it. And you just kind of get some weird kind of callbacks and stuff. So that'd be kind of cool. It'd be really cool if somehow Ultron came back. Like, I'd be super pumped about that. But I don't know if you guys noticed this in the trailer, but I did want to ask you guys. So now that Cap is dead, there's people that come kind of out of the woodwork that try to be like the next Captain America. And there's a character in the comics that I don't know if you guys have ever heard of, but it's U.S. Agent.
Okay.
And so he looks like Cap,
Uh-huh.
and he kind of wears the suit, but that's what it looks like
I
when you
s-
see the football field. That's supposed to be
s-
him. You can kind of see his back.
I saw that and I was like, wait, that looks like Cap?
No, so
okay.
he's like a wannabe.
He's like the faux Captain America.
Yeah, that kind
The
of takes
knockoff.
over. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so I
Is
was
he strong and like,
No,
does
no.
he have the elixir?
No, he's not a Captain America. He was the only one of his breed. So that's kind of cool. So I'm really excited to see kind of where they go with that. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. So, And what's nice, that comes out March 19th. So we're literally going to finish WandaVision and then get that. So
See, that's nice. Like, keep it coming.
Keep it coming.
And then we got
Disney.
Loki coming not too far after that.
Yeah, you know what? I did watch the Loki trailer too, and it's funny. It didn't grab me.
It didn't grab?
It didn't grab me because I kind of was like, the only thing I was enjoying was that Owen Wilson's in it. Love Owen Wilson, Hansel. But I was very confused as to what was happening, and like it just wasn't like, it wasn't just grabbing me. I was like, wait, but not that of course I'm gonna watch it.
I mean, you got to watch it.
But I also felt that way about WandaVision when I watched the trailers. I was like, what? Like it wasn't really grabbing me. Even the first episode, I was just like, I don't think I'm gonna like this show. And now I'm like, love it.
Starting to come around.
So I have high hopes for after WandaVision. I'm feeling high hopes for
some
the rest
action.
of them.
Yeah, but we're gonna get some action.
Right, finally.
And you're totally right, Dilly, because this one is more of it's not like a superhero show.
No.
It's good though. It is
It's
good.
very good.
I do like it.
But yeah, it's just different, and it will be fun to
different.
see kind of the hurls and the
Right. Like
And
the
the
fighting
jurls,
and
the
the
hurls and the jurls.
jumping out of planes like they do.
Oh,
they
like
just
Cap
do that.
does.
right. The
Hey,
flying
you see him
on the
do that?
wings.
He definitely did a Cap move where
Yeah.
he just jumped out. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I love it.
He flies under the semi
Yeah.
or whatever. It looks
That looks
pretty
badass.
legit.
You know, the Falcon's dope. I love his little freaking wing setup. Although I'd probably get nausea.
Little Naj.
I've
Dude,
been
did you
hella
see
Naj.
that part where he's going through the canyon? Mm-hmm. Dude, that part's nuts. If you slow it down and look, he contracts the wings, does like a flip, and like jumps off the rock and then
right.
starts them again. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's cool. I'm excited.
But
Let's do it. Let's get it.
I'm ready.
all right, so before we move on to the next thing, real fast for next week's Streamed Up, because we're going to have to do a Streamed Up, there's big news. Because guess what comes out in 3 days, people?
What?
Cheese is going to lose her mind.
What is it?
She has been the most excited about this. She's been the biggest fan and been the most excited about this.
What?
3 days.
Snyder Cut.
Oh, God.
Snyder
Snyder's.
Cut!
Oh, gosh.
The Snyder's Cut.
Are they streaming that?
Yeah.
What, on what?
On the HBO Dizzle.
Okay.
What's HBO,
HBO
Dizzle?
Yeah, dude, that HBO. Max.
What's the
Okay.
Dizzle?
I thought you were like mixing Disney in there
I
too.
know. That's what I thought.
Okay, so HBO Max.
Yeah.
Snyder Cut.
Alright.
I'm going to watch it. You know
Oh, I'm watching it.
You know I'm going to watch it.
So I'm just saying,
I'm just
come
thinking-
prepared.
I'm just glad that we can stop talking about it.
We haven't been
Seriously.
talking about it ever since, Phil B, had to take a little nap, and he hasn't been around because I got nobody to talk DC news with.
Okay, well, so we'll be talking about that next week then. Coco.
Yeah, it's big news.
All right, let's do it.
Schneidy cut.
Okay, so our next segment, actually, it's just a real quick one. Underrated Valentine's Day edition. So basically, I wanted to do this because I have an overrated Valentine's Day thing that happens. And I really want to apologize to anyone that I offend with this because I'm sure someone has done this. And I just think it's like,
What is it?
the most overrated Valentine's Day thing that is just literally the worst. And again, I'm so sorry to any of you guys who have done this.
I think I know.
Is a marriage proposal on Valentine's Day.
I thought you were gonna say teddy bear. I was like, okay.
Oh no, I would take a teddy bear any day of the week.
Yeah, you don't do that.
A freaking marriage proposal on Valentine's Day is
Man,
the
you don't
worst.
do that.
What about getting married on
That's-
Valentine's?
Terrible.
No.
That's terrible too, but the proposal is almost worse because I don't know. It's just it's like you've built this up. You're like, I'm gonna do it on Valentine's Day, and I'm gonna like take her out,
like
and I'm gonna like
save it. Just save that for another day. You know what I mean? Like
just
don't-
any other day.
Valentine's Day is, regardless of what you think about it or whatever, it's its own day. Like don't try to, Like that's
Don't
somebody that's
encroach.
lazy. They're like, look, I
Yeah.
can get married,
Yeah.
and that's like the parent that they have their kid that has the birthday like close to Christmas,
Right.
and they lump it together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you're like, this is
come
your
on.
Christmas and birthday.
Yeah,
present.
it's
You're
like that's
what?
BS.
Yeah.
Like, don't be lazy. Like, come up with on a different day.
I
Come with
I
that.
totally think it's lazy. I can't stand Valentine's Day anyway. It's just so nauseating to me. But the worst is the posts about the engagements.
Yeah.
And I am like, and this is like probably going to offend more people, is like the picture of the hand. Do you know what I'm saying? When girls get engaged, I can't with that.
Oh, like with the ring or
Yeah,
whatever?
where they're just like this picture, where they have the hand like this and then the ring. No, I am here to tell you guys, every single one of you that has ever been engaged, I am here to tell you, nobody cares.
Ouch.
Okay, what's your guys'?
Not everybody is salty on marriage cheese. I have to say that.
somebody's
some
over
people
here.
might enjoy it.
Hey, if you want to get married, it's fine. It's the whole like hoopla around it.
Some people get happy with other people's
It's just
joy.
calm down. Nobody cares. Everybody does it like every day. Like, I don't know, when I buy a house, throw a party for 1 million people and talk about it for like 18 months and make everybody buy me. Well, maybe buy me gifts. That's fine. But
Sure.
it's just, I don't understand the like. I'm like, you literally have accomplished nothing.
Were you proposed to on?
You know what makes me funny is everybody says that like I'm the angry one. Cheese is way worse than me.
If you go back, Cheese has some anger issues.
Yeah, a
We might
lot
have
of
to,
anger issues.
I'm gonna have to enroll her in some courses.
Some anger management.
Some courses.
I need to manage my anger. Okay, what do you guys? Do you guys have it over or underrated?
I think the whole thing just as a whole is overrated.
Oh, 100.
I mean, I'm taking the easy way out.
So
here.
what do you like? If you don't mind,
Mm-hmm.
what do you and Alex kind of do? Like, is it more just kind of like, you get each other a little gift, maybe you like hang out, go on a date, but it's not like overdone.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like the first couple years of marriage, it was. I think like the first year we did like a bed and breakfast or something,
Right,
and it was
right.
like
All romance.
It was nice. There was like there was turn down service, And then but then it kind of tapers off. I
Yeah.
always get flowers and chocolates and things like that, but I just feel it's like why
And
everything is more expensive that
Right.
day. Usually you have to work. You don't get it off. So once you
Right.
get off, if you don't already have the flowers, we
Right.
all guys know the situation. You just got off work.
Yeah.
It's Valentine's Day. You ain't got shit. So you have to now go and scramble and try to find some at least some flowers.
Right. At least.
At least, the very least.
Yeah.
So then you take your ass to the store that's jam-packed.
Right. And there's like
And
2
guess
cards.
what? Yeah. Everything's gone, and the price of everything is like marked up like 700% just for that day.
For those few hours after work.
Yeah, and it's just it's redonkulous. It really is.
Oh, I love it. It's so funny.
So for the procrastinator, it's probably not a great holiday, but
Right.
if you can put it together like and have your your eggs in the basket, so to speak, ahead of the game, I think it can be. I think the significant other definitely appreciates it. But our typical is just a few minor gifts. Not usually, when we used to be able to go to restaurants, we would do that. But now probably just make something nice at
Right.
home. Mm-hmm.
You guys probably aren't surprised by this, but I don't celebrate it with my significant
I'm
other.
shocked right now.
There's no presents. There's no hearts.
It's never been documented.
There's nothing. There's not even a happy. When you wake up, is there like a happy Valentine's
Maybe like
Day?
what every once in a while, I'll like leave a post-it that's like, but we call it like President's Day. We'll be like, Happy President's Day.
Okay. It's different.
I don't enjoy forced romantic holidays. It's just not. It doesn't ring true to me.
Yeah. that
So
makes
I'm just
sense.
like,
I mean,
no, thank you.
it's
I'd
very
rather you
forced.
be nice and tell me you love me every day than be forced to do it on one stupid day.
Yeah.
It's just, it means nothing to me.
Or what about that guy that's just like a total jerk the whole time, and then Valentine's Day rolls around,
Right.
he's super nice that
Right,
day.
Exactly.
Like,
It's perfect.
now, bro.
That's probably buddy. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, it's just a weird holiday.
No,
Excuse me. It's been well documented on this show. its entirety, I do not celebrate Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, you do Women's Day and Man's Day.
And Man's Day.
That's right.
As well
I respect
documented.
that. I respect that. I like that. I wanted to incorporate that. I forgot. I want to do that now.
So what I think is funny, and it's kind of funny on Dilly's, I think the most overrated thing on Valentine's Day, going out to dinner.
Oh yeah.
It is so dumb.
Yeah.
Because everybody's doing this stupid, kitschy, hey, we have a Valentine's Day.
Like for dinner for two.
Yeah, dinner for two, and it's got chocolate-covered strawberries.
Lava cake.
Yeah, and it's like 3 times more expensive. You can't get a reservation anywhere.
Right.
But you go the next weekend, wide open.
Right.
They're like, hey, we have leftover chocolate strawberries because nobody
And
wanted
they're
that.
50 cents.
Yeah, instead of $15. You know what I mean?
What you should do is like we'll just wait a couple days after, right? Because then everything's on sale, everything's cheap. It's a blowout time.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Then you should celebrate it.
That was my whole thing. Is
So when's Women's Day?
is always the weekend after Valentine's Day.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because then everything's like 50% off, and you get everything for cheap. Flowers are stupid cheap because you know what I mean. They're like nobody's gonna buy these for another year.
They're super cheap at the neighbor's house too. Just saying.
You just gankle them.
That's
You know?
illegal. That's
at 6 a.m.
That's a
With
felony.
some scissors.
But no, I've never been big into Valentine's Day. I've always hated it. We do have on the After Dark, we're going to be doing our, a lot of listeners wrote into the worst Valentine's Day stories.
Right. So After Dark this week, we reached out to all of our sidekicks and we're like, hey, send in your worst Valentine's Day stories. We got 6, which is going to be pretty good. And we'll decide which one is the worst.
And I got a humdinger.
You got a humdinger?
What?
Yeah.
Cool.
But no, yeah, that's something I've never really been big into. So I'm kind of glad it's,
That it's...
going to be come and gone.
I know. I don't think I've ever been with somebody who actually, and maybe it's because I'm the girl, so they're like, oh, well, she doesn't care, so
They're off the hook.
So they're off the hook, right? Like, I mean, I've gotten like some gifts or whatever, some like classic gifts.
I just can't stand when like, and then this may sound bad, but like a woman will get flowers on Valentine's Day at work, and then the rest of the women don't get them. You like feel super bad because you're
Like
just
you're
like,
trash.
yeah, like
you're
nobody
you're
cares
good.
about you.
You're
Yeah.
trash.
It feels so bad for every, like, I can imagine every other girl like, wow, well,
Mm-hmm.
Well,
thanks for
are you
flaunting
guys
them.
a man? Are either one of you a man that would, for any reason, send your woman flowers at work?
I've done it.
Okay.
But not on Valentine's Day, just some random. I actually did as a joke one time. I sent it from Lego. My
Oh,
dog.
cute. Yeah.
That was funny.
I'm more of the in-person flower deliverer
Me too.
rather
'Cause
than
I actually-
get delivered.
Would be mortified to get flowers at work.
Mortified?
Mortified. Because everybody, because like you're like, or you just saying, like
Yeah.
everybody's looking at you like, what?
Like,
You got
everybody-
who sent you flowers? Like what? It's like all the questions people are looking at you. Your clients are like, no, it's like on your station, and they're like, I would just be like, oh my god, I'd want to throw them in the trash. I would hate it.
I like being center of attention, so I'm usually in
You know
on
what?
that
You know
kind
what?
of
The
stuff.
weight of my heart is bring me like a sandwich at work, bro.
Oh, dude.
That's what I'm talking about.
No. If you get a sandwich, have you ever had a sandwich delivered to you from like Grubhub or like one of the like food deliveries at work? Nothing better.
I know a sandwich.
Nothing better.
A sandwich just showing up. Actually, this happened just recently.
Any
okay.
food, but definitely a sandwich.
I was working. It was really busy at the salon on Saturday. Logan was kind of, at the building, hanging out, working or whatever. And he went over to King Kong Brewery, which is down the street from us on Del Paso Boulevard. And I was really busy. He came back just with like a sandwich for me. He's like, hey, I got you a sandwich at King Kong. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so sweet. I was so hungry. It was like the best sandwich I've ever had. Because like I didn't think about wanting it. I didn't order it. I didn't have to like think about anything. Just a sandwich appeared in my person, and then I got to eat it, and
Now
it was
I want a sandwich.
the most amazing sandwich. So that to me is the sweetest gift. An unexpected sandwich. That's the
Sandwich.
gift.
Okay.
So if anyone, the way to cheese's heart, sandwich.
$5.
Philippe.
No.
Now you know.
$5.
No Philly cheesesteaks. No.
$5 foot long.
Okay, so we're going to get into actually just a few current events, actually one current event. So I think we've all read it.
Yeah.
Gina Carano was officially fired from Disney, Lucasfilm. She will not be appearing in any more Star Wars. I think
or
she
any Disney thing.
Or pretty much anything ever.
Yeah, I think she is canceled. She sent out one too many tweet. That what I think I've never been the biggest fan of her personally, but I've been kind of like, just, why does someone's job have to be like, why does someone have to be canceled just for their like beliefs, or if they're right wing or whatever it is that she was. And so I've been kind of like, it's just, you guys are so annoying. It's like, calm down. Because they've been calling for her to be fired since even just like little things where she kind of like maybe made fun of mask wearing. It's like, okay, that's not a capital crime. You know what I'm saying? But I think this last tweet she was like comparing like the way that right-wing people are treated to the like Holocaust. She was basically being like, oh, the way Jews were treated is the way that some of us Republicans are being treated. And
yeah, she compared being a Republican today to being a Jew in Nazi Germany.
Right. So that, come on, is not accurate by any means. No. And it's like, but should she be fired? I don't know. I think that she just kept like, this is my point. With the famous people that are famous and they're on TV, I feel like you have to expect that you are living not a real world, like situation. Like you're not living like a real reality. So, yes, maybe she should be able to say whatever the hell she wants, but it's also like everything she says is going to be put under a microscope. Everything she says is going to be blown out of proportion. Everything she says is going to be like picked apart. So it's like, if you just shut it up or maybe tone it down just a little bit, because that she knows what she's doing. She knows that she's causing people to be upset. So it's like she's flaming the fire. And so she's
flaming the fire?
What? That's not the saying.
I think fanning the fire, but we know what you meant.
Fanning the flames?
Yeah.
Or,
fire and flame.
Fueling the fire?
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, either one.
Flaming the fire.
We get it.
You get what I'm saying. Like, I think that she just kept doing with the tweets, and it was almost like she was just like, I'm going to see what I can get away with. And it was like she wanted to get fired. That's what I really feel like. I'm like, she just kept going until she's like, well, I said something wrong.
I think she's a person that believes in what she believes in and isn't afraid to speak her mind straight up. But, it's probably not a great idea to compare anything to the Holocaust. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it is funny that, she made this comparison to being, like the Jews were persecuted in Nazi Germany. She said this, and what happened? Well, she just got persecuted. You know what I mean? So it is kind of ironic. But yeah, I mean, I think she just has her opinions, and she's not afraid to state it.
Out
and
there
a lot of people
to
are afraid. You know what I mean?
Right.
To say anything, because it's very, in people's opinions, it can be very one-sided. Like the internet is kind of hot right now because, Pedro did basically the same thing. Like he said, like literally almost the exact same thing. It might have been like last year. He said,
wait, who's which
Pedro Pascal?
Oh, Pascal,
right,
yeah.
her co-star.
Yeah.
He came out and basically compared at the time Trump supporters to like Nazi Germany, right? Okay. Well, he still has a job. You know what I mean?
Well, I think. And
so
I see what you're saying.
If we're gonna do this,
but I think it's a little different because she's basically saying like she's being prosecuted like millions and millions of Jews were murdered,
right,
and killed,
right.
I know none of that is happening, so the comparison is completely off. And I think what your point is true, but it wasn't like she was. Like people weren't dying, you know what I'm saying? It's like the death rate. And
that's why I said you don't really want to compare anything.
No,
that was what I led
and
with.
Also,
you know what I mean? You don't compare something to the Holocaust.
Hollywood is very
that's a bad
left.
idea in general,
right? And it's run by Jewish people,
absolutely.
So it's not. You need to know your audience, bro. Like if you want to work in this industry,
it's You know,
Sorry,
like
dude.
I get it. Like you stuck up for your opinion, but like you said, like if you're in this position and you know that when she put that out, like you got to know there's going to be backlash.
it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She just didn't give a shit.
I just think she wanted to see where that line was.
Yeah, and she found out. I guess
She found it.
She's a habitual line stepper.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
She
Absolutely.
really was. She just kept testing it.
But it's like,
And
man,
people-
freedom of speech is no longer a
for
thing.
the birds.
It's no longer a thing. We now are like China, basically.
Well, no, I mean she can say whatever she wants to say, but that doesn't mean they have the
That
freedom
Disney-
to employ her.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
she can say the freedom of speech is absolutely still very alive and well. It's just that they also have the freedom to employ whoever the hell they want. And if they don't want to employ someone who thinks that they're being prosecuted like the Jews, then that's their right. And I mean,
That's
I think
it's
they're
like-
right, but
it's
whatever.
Like when somebody goes into the store and they don't wear a mask, and the people say, "Well, you have to wear a mask," and they say, "Well, it's not a law," and they say, "Well, it's public property, and we don't want you, so you have to leave."
well, stores have
it's-
always had
they
the
have
right.
the right to make you leave.
Yeah, they've always had the right to
So
serve
that's,
whoever
in a
they
way,
want.
that's what they did. You know what I mean? They
Right, exactly.
said bye.
Yeah. So
We don't like your opinion.
right.
It doesn't go with our narrative, so peace.
Right. And that's just the thing. That's who runs
But
it.
the sad thing is, like, she's probably not going to work in Hollywood ever again.
Ever.
She'll be blacklisted,
She
100%.
could be a MMA fighter still.
I don't know. I think
Nah, I
her
think
time
her
has
career's
passed,
over
Yeah.
on
She was
that.
like she was probably the first female MMA star to bring female MMA to like the forefront, and then came Ronda Rousey, Cyborg. So her time has passed. for
And that's
that.
kind of, like, she was like, and Disney could have been very fruitful for her. And
yeah.
Well, and that's the thing is I think Disney
They were going to do
with
a,
her
a
other
spinoff, right?
yeah.
with her other tweets where people were like fire her, they were like no, do you know what I'm saying? But then it's just
It was like the straw that broke the camel's back.
right. But I'm just curious as to what they do with the story.
Yeah, like who do they
They'll
get somebody to
easily write her out.
just write her out, or they write somebody new in? 'Cause that's always weird when they do that.
They'll write her out.
Yeah.
It'll be easy. I think it'll be,
Just
I
she's
honestly
off
never really
doing
liked her.
something. It'll be a quick one sentence, like she went off and did something, and then they'll never mention her again.
Yeah.
Right.
It'll be some backhanded little comment,
Yeah.
and that'll be their way. And they've done it before, and they'll do it again.
Right.
I mean, it's just, it kind of tells you is, yeah, you're a side character, but you're not a main character.
Right.
Like they can easily, and even main characters, I mean, nobody's job's really safe because you got to think it's a well-oiled machine. Disney is, they 100% first, they're going to protect their brand.
Right.
I mean, look at what happened with James Gunn. They were like, see ya, and those tweets were 10 years old.
Well, I really think that honestly the whole Jewish thing plays a huge role in it where it's like
Oh, no, you
there's
can't.
probably so many Jewish people freaking in charge over there where they're like, what? Like, I don't think so. Like, that's just so disrespectful and rude to say, even if it is your opinion, which it's a terrible opinion. But
All right, let's move on.
okay, so we do have, of course, our favorite.
Sprinkle me some conspiracy.
No, girlfriend, we got the Dilly's
Okay,
Gaming Corner.
okay, we do got that. Let's get into that.
It's Dilly's Gaming Corner. Let's play.
All right, Dilly's Gaming Corner, 2011. All right, pigs can't, you caught that. All right, pigs can't fly, but they can play video games.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So researchers from Purdue University conducted a new study showing that pigs can use a digital screen and a joystick controlled by their snout.
What? So cute.
You hear me?
You hear me?
So the pigs needed to understand the connection between moving the joystick and what's happening on the computer screen, and then link what's happening on the screen to getting a reward.
Okay.
So basically, they would play this game with their snouts, and it was real simple, like
So cute.
get a ball through like a
Right.
tunnel and hit a wall, and then it would activate like a reward, right, which was like a pellet.
Is one of the pigs' name crispy bacon.
I will give you their names, but there is no crispy bacon. So the study consisted of 4 pigs:
Okay.
Hamlet,
Oh, Hammy.
Omelette,
Omelet.
Ebony, and Ivory.
Ebony.
So the pigs were given a reward pellet for winning the game level, but what was interesting is that during one of the tests, the pellet dispenser actually broke, but the pigs continued to play and kept clearing the levels as the researchers encouraged them and,
Like
fired
verbally?
them up
Oh,
with
okay.
verbally stimulating words. You know what I mean? Like, come on, little pig. And they
You got it.
They kept playing, man. They kept doing their thing. Bro.
Just kept getting on that game.
So, yeah,
That's pretty funny.
Do you think
pigs can play.
Do you think eventually you'll see him on the Xbox Live?
I'm like waiting to
Hamlet?
link up with one. I want to do some like interspecies gaming.
Yeah, right.
At some point. So
Pigs are really smart.
they are. They're like highly intelligent.
Highly.
They really are. It was actually the thing was designed for like monkeys at first. This game, but pigs are, like you said, highly intellectual. So they threw them on there, and they could game it up, dude.
Like a ball.
Yeah, for sure. And while we're talking about Pedro Pascal, he does have some video game news. So Pedro Pascal is to play Joel in The Last of Us, which is a PlayStation game. So the Mandalorian star is set to headline HBO's high-profile series adaptation of the PlayStation franchise. Based on a critically acclaimed video game, the story takes place 20 years after modern civilization has collapsed. Joel, played by Pascal, is the hardened survivor and is hired to smuggle Ellie, which is Bella from Game of Thrones, in the show, out of the oppressive quarantine zone.
Quarantine?
Yeah. Kind of like today's America.
That sounds
So Pascal's
familiar.
Joel, tormented by past trauma, must travel across pandemic-ravaged America.
What?
Wow, but imagine that.
Whoa.
So this happens current day?
Yeah.
So all while protecting Ellie, who represents the last hope for humanity. So I haven't played that franchise, The Last of Us. I know it's an exclusive to the PS5.
Of course.
It's probably pretty good. Maybe some of you PS5ers can write in and let us know what you think about that. But your boy Pedro's doing his thing. He's a hot commodity.
He really
in
is hot right
Hollywood
now.
these days. I mean,
He's hot.
he was just in Superman or Wonder Woman 84, right? Obviously the Mando. Now he's landing this gig. And he was in Game of Thrones too.
Pedro? Does it say that?
It did say that in the article I read. He played like some other character.
I don't
We might have to look into that because I'm not sure if
Okay,
that's.
I'm gonna
if
look
that's
while
true or
you're
not.
reading that.
Yeah, please do. Okay, so that's coming out. I don't know exactly when that's coming out, but we'll follow up on that. So also we have 6 Days in Fallujah is coming to PC and consoles. A game so controversial that when Konami first proposed it back in 2009, the developers had no choice but to abandon it. Is he in it?
He is in Game of Thrones. He's
See?
Oh my gosh, he's
Can I see?
he fights the
Overrated.
mountain.
yeah, right. So he's like they're in that one
Yeah.
place
Oh my gosh.
where they send
Can I see the picture
Oh, yeah.
too?
Yeah, he fights the mountain.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and the
Remember,
mountain,
he gets his eyeballs.
he squishes
Yeah.
his head.
Yeah.
Forgot all about
Yeah,
that.
Pedro,
That's
bro.
right. And then
He
they
actually
were,
did really good. I
yeah,
liked him
and
in
then
it.
they were hella pissed. Like they were super salty that he got killed. Remember? And they blamed the Lannisters, and that's why they took the daughter. Remember? Anyway, okay.
Members?
Member?
Member
See, I'm
berries.
What a
dropping
good
straight
show.
knowledge on you
What a
guys
good
right
show.
now.
Okay,
Y'all
sorry.
didn't know that.
I know. I didn't know it.
forgot.
I didn't
And
know
of course,
it.
he was in Narcos too, which is where I first found him at. He was great in that.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
He plays one of the FBI agents. So 6 Days in Fallujah, I'm going to start over on this one. Coming to PC and consoles, a game so controversial that when Konami first proposed it back in 2009, the developers had no choice but to abandon it. It was heavily opposed by veterans and also opposed by people that were just opposed to the Iraq War. So the game is a tactical shooter based on real-world events that transpired during the second battle for Fallujah in 2004, when Western soldiers had to clear out the Al-Qaeda stronghold after the group seized one of Iraq's major cities. So more than 100 Marines, Iraqi civilians who were present shared their personal stories, photos, and video recordings with the development team. So the game will basically be like playthroughs of real stories that were shared from the Marines.
Oh, wow.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
actually.
so I mean, this was a game that was like they blackballed it back in the day. Nobody wanted it to come out, but they're actually gonna. I guess they feel like now is okay to put it out, so they're gonna do so. So that's gonna be coming to PC and consoles in the near future. And that's a wrap for the
That's
DGC.
a wrap?
Nice.
That's a Rizat.
I'm sorry, I'm still just really on the pig news.
Dude, pigs can play,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
Interspecies gaming.
I want
stoked
to
on
look
it.
that up.
Yeah, they get it.
So we're going to actually get in. We have two Sidekick Mayos. We have one from Christopher Neal, who I wanted to talk to you guys.
Whoa, you have.
Okay, fine. Buddy did, but I wanted to talk to you guys how you feel about it.
Are you going to say it?
So Chris Neal, I wanted to nickname him because remember how he kind of looks like the actor that plays Moff Gideon?
He does.
Yeah, remember he used to sign his email sometimes?
Yeah, no, he used to sign his emails as like Moff Gideon, so we're going to call him Moffs.
Okay. Moths.
Moff. Is it Moff with a F or T? I put MOTH.
What was that?
It's not like a moth. It's a moth with an F.
Yeah, Moff Gideon.
Moff.
Like MOFF?
Yeah.
Moff?
Moff.
Moff G.
Moff Jizzle.
The Giddies.
So going with Moff.
Ooh, Giddies.
Or just like anything that comes from Moff Gideon. Like Giddy, Gits, Get Her Done.
Giddity.
We can just call him Get Her Done.
Chris Giddies. Chris Giddies. I've been really upset we haven't been able to come up with a good nickname.
No, I think Moffy is good. Moffer.
No, I think he needs something better than that.
What do you mean?
He's P1, dude.
What? Moff Gideon's dope, bro.
You know, if Chris is good with it.
Well, whatever. You got something better?
Not yet, but I can.
P Moffs.
Okay, so anyway.
C Moffs.
We have a email from Moffy and then Watson. I do want to apologize, Watson, that last week Watson wrote in an email and I didn't see it.
He cried in his Cheerios.
So it was actually kind of hidden the way that Gmail like clumps together email. So I apologize. But Dilly's going to read Watson's. So if you want to go ahead and then I'll read Chris's in a second afterwards. Moth.
Yeah, see, you can't even say it.
Giddies.
Giddies.
Get her done.
I like Giddies.
I'm going to call him Get Her Done.
All right, so this is from Sin. All right, so Jesus. King Kong versus Godzilla? ? Pass. Super pass. Hard pass. Pass. F out of here with this movie. Hey, the people are starving for a blockbuster. Let's give one that literally no one is asking for. Who knows? Maybe Buddy and I are in the wrong, but the track for any Godzilla or King Kong movies has proven that they are terrible.
Yes.
But I will disagree with Buddy. Shocking, I know. But Pacific Rim wasn't that great.
What?
I was shocked that it did so well that it got a sequel. The first one was mediocre at best, much like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. But I digress. Can we talk briefly about the awesomeness that was episode 4 of WandaVision? Like we said, Cheese totally dropped the ball. This should have came out
Good job, Cheese.
last week.
Way to cheese it.
Finally, some answers. Kate Dennings? Yes. Wanda behind it all? Yes. Marvel finally showing us the confusion that took place when everyone was snapped back into existence? Yes. So far, this show is not disappointing. If this is the quality of the show we're going to be getting from the MCU, then I can't wait for Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Dilly, it is so good to hear your voice of reason come back on the show. You were truly missed. Katana and I tried to fill your shoes, and it will never be possible. You really are the glue that binds the show together. Cheese, dude, sprinkle me some conspiracy. You literally didn't even talk about what you thought the conspiracy was. You talked about the JFK assassination. You talked about Jack Ruby killing Patton Oswalt on national TV. Yes, I know it was Lee Harvey Oswald, but Dilly said jokingly, Patton Oswalt. So we're going with that now. But you didn't say anything about the conspiracy, so...
Oh my god!
I highly recommend watching 1991 Kevin Costner movie JFK. It's super long, but an amazing movie that makes you think outside the box. But that said, keep bringing on the conspiracies, Cheese. I love the segment. Christopher Niels, Sir Christopher O'Neilson of Brentwood, a.k.a. Nielsen, a.k.a. C. Niels, a.k.a. C. Nasty.
C Nasty.
I like C Nasty.
Can you please come on the show for an After Dark? I have got to hear a Cheese versus Neil show. There needs to be a debate show between you and Cheese on various topics.
Oh, yes.
Johnny, I hope your health is well. Buddy, I have nothing for you. You are amazing as always and a ray of sunshine in the winter rain.
Love you.
Oh, and I am trying to get a segment together to get to you guys. Work has been crazy busy, so I haven't had time to fine-tune the details, but I am working on something. Until next time, Watson out.
Nice. I like C Nasty. That was good, Watson. That was a good pull.
Okay, so get her done, C Nasty. This email is from C Nast, and the title of it is Dear God, WandaVision.
Yes.
What's up, heroes? Let's just get right into it. WandaVision. No, it's like all capital. WandaVision.
Yes.
Like, do I even need to say anything more? It's just amazing. I'm so effing stoked for the MCU right now. Let me say how much I love Catherine Hahn as Agnes, and I feel like she might know what's going on, but only time will tell. I definitely think she knows what's going on.
And she definitely has a huge hand in what's going on.
Right.
Agnes.
Like, what if she's somehow, tied up with the director, and then they're, you know what I'm saying?
I forgot there's an older woman in the comics. I can't remember her name, but like she has a huge part. Dang it.
Okay.
I know Phil or Chris Neal probably know.
Okay, Dilly, for Does It Rocks, please look up Feeling Kinda Good by Lunacy.
Mm-hmm.
Lunacy.
Lunacy.
You already know it?
I already checked it out because I do my show prep.
Oh, do you?
So I actually pre-read the email, checked out Lunacy's track, and I like it.
Does it rock?
And I had no idea, and I love a good Bay Area rapper. It slaps. It's not a rock. It's a slap.
Yeah.
But it's a slapper for sure. I like finding new artists, especially like Bay Area artists.
Right.
And it's more, I mean, he is like a hip hop artist, but he does like different stuff. He'll like throw some melodies and some singing in there, like in the mix. But also he obviously flows and stuff too. So yeah, I did like it.
Cool.
Carry
nice.
on. Okay. I think you'll like it, but check it out. Also, if I may say what doesn't rock, I saw a video on YouTube called Sheila Straight Up.
Yes.
And I haven't been the same since.
I love it.
Yeah.
What was that horror movie that if you saw a video, you died like a week later? Well, this video doesn't kill you. It just moves in your mind rent-free forever.
Oh, God.
Love you, Cheese.
C Nasty.
Thank you,
in
C
here.
Nasty, because I am so glad you watched it, and I definitely don't agree that it's terrible because I had some moves. Brother, some moves.
The arm movement is the only
Straight up
movement
now, tell me, do you really want to love?
and then she does the ear,
Right.
like
The
the
earpiece?
hand to the
Yeah, like
ear.
I have an earpiece.
Yeah, she's all.
You're trying to
Okay.
get your audio right.
Right. Mad King, a.k.a. Young Sturls, and the Cheese Whiz, y'all have been bringing that fire lately, and I want all that smoke. So if I may weigh in here regarding your DC Marvel debate. So Cheese and I are on the same page, or, what? Excuse me. Cheese and I are at the same age. She's older, though. We don't know that
Ooh.
for sure.
Good
So
job.
all of us are within some years of each other and had similar viewing experiences. I think that Buddy is right and that his next generation will know more of the MCU than we did. Cheese is right that Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman have been staples of DC, and are more known and will never really fade. And that's because of not only comics, but also they had TV shows and movies and cartoons for years. And they keep reinventing those characters. If you think about it, outside of Spider-Man and X-Men, Peterman, Marvel heroes have not really ever had a representation like they do now. We can name 6 actors that played Batman and 5 or 6 for Superman, but only 1 Tony Stark, R.I.P., just 1. So while we are bombarded with DC coming up, this next generation will have a heavier Marvel influence than the way DC is just putting out hot Arby's garbage. They will continue to fall behind. If you'll excuse me, I need to post my Back to the Future recast. Remember, wear a mask and stay hydrated. Skeer. Yeah, so he actually posted, did you guys see? He recast the entire movie. Mm-hmm. Did you see it? It was pretty good.
It was money.
It was.
Are you going to pull it up?
Yeah,
let me get a poll on that.
You guys talk for a second while I pull it up.
Dude, I am glad he did hit it kind of good. They are just regurgitating the same 3 heroes over and over again. But, I mean, I think DC wishes they could pull as many DC characters out as Marvel has done and woven the story. And that's why I think the younger generation just won't care as much. You got it?
Yeah, okay, so his Doc actually is pretty good. Keegan-Michael Key.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
As Doc. I could definitely see
that.
Marty is Tom Holland.
I mean,
we all think that's
a softball.
Yeah. Okay, I love this one. Biff is The Rock.
That's pretty good.
That's solid, though.
Yeah.
That's solid. Okay, Marvin Berry is Kevin Hart. George McFly is Kit Harington, which is Schnurr.
Yeah. Schnurr.
Lorraine Baines McFly is Kristen Wiig.
Dude, so good.
That'll work.
Jennifer is Millie Bobby Brown.
Gotta have one from
Dave McFly is Will Ferrell. Linda McFly is Kat Dennings. I don't even know some of these characters. Stella Baines is Melissa McCarthy. Sam Baines is John C. Reilly. Goldie Wilson is Tiffany Haddish. I like that one.
Love John C. Reilly.
Mr. Strickland is Randall Park, and Old Man Peabody is Mike Ipps.
Old Man Peabody.
I love how he straight up went deep and put a lot of thought.
I don't even know any of some of these other characters. Like beyond Jennifer, who's Dave McFly?
Is that the dad or something,
or is that one in the first movie where that's like the mom and dad of? No, because she's not a McFly.
No, isn't it his brother?
I don't know. Anyway, yeah. I'm loving The Rock as Biff. I almost feel like I need to make a new poster
of The Rock
with The Rock and Keegan-Michael Key and Tom Holland. Anyway, C Nasty, thank you so much for writing in. We really love you. We love you, honestly.
I'm glad that we have a nickname for him.
You always have such good picks and really good
And what's up? When are we gonna get you on this After Dork?
I know. I always feel like he plays
Chris.
I feel like he always plays the field though. Like if we're having an argument, he kind of says that we're both right.
Yeah, but I think really he more aligns. I mean,
he doesn't.
With me.
He can't always be on Dilly's side. He has to make it seem like he likes you guys too.
He does side with Dilly a lot.
So.
All right. Well, that's our show. You guys definitely stay tuned. If you don't already, subscribe to our After Dark and you can listen to our Valentine's Day special. We're going to be telling some pretty good stories. So the best way to support the Scrow is go to Podbean, search Hardly Heroes, become a patron. $3 or more gets you access to our After Dork.
All the shows, but yes. Where can they find us, Cheese?
They can find us at Facebook at Hardly Heroes. They can find us at Instagram at Hardly Heroes. They can find us at YouTube at Hardly Heroes. They can find us at Twitter at Hardly Heroes #1.
#1.
You can also go to Facebook and go find the Hardly Heroes Facebook Sidekick Sanctorum. Now, if you're not already a member, you do need to either answer a question or be invited. Do you know what the question is, buddy?
Oh, I don't remember.
The question is, what is Buddy's real name?
Oh, yeah.
So if you know that, then you can get into the Hardly Heroes Sidekick Sanctorum.
Yeah.
But it's where we keep the conversation going. That's where we post memes. That's where people are mean to me and talk crap.
Our favorite thing to do.
And exactly.
It's our favorite.
Yeah, just remember one thing.
Your turban wearing,
Fact given, Indian wannabe, Viking, high five, smack attack, whack the booty, hooty, wooty, gibberish making, Sonny.
Sonny, we love you. We miss you.
Disclaimer, they don't know shit.
You have a good night.
Good
See you
night.
guys.
Love you. Love you, Sonny.
Night night.